Hi there. So this is the final episode of my little Monkey Island 2 playthrough in DOSBox in ScummVM4DOS. Before I continue and finish this game, this is my second recording. My microphone actually gave up, and there's like an issue with OBS in my system. Anyhow, um, I hope the screen is okay with people. It's not fully centered. I have this 32 by 9 monitor, and right now it's set up to 32 by 9. Normally it's set up to 16 by 9, and there's another console like an N64 or a Neo Geo MVS plugged into the other half of the screen. But right now it's 32 by 9, so I kind of in OBS I kind of had to like set it like limited to 16 by 9 sort of, but it's not fully. You can, yeah, it's not perfect. Unfortunately, I've been messing with it for a while now, but it's not getting better. Anyhow, before I show off, before I continue with the game and finish it, I thought I would show off something that is highly work in progress. Spent the past 2 days on it actually. Um, the performance is still sluggish because I actually watched an interview with Brad Tater on the way home from my my weekly grocery shopping, and he explained it fairly well that when they were porting the Humongous games to so this is Brad Tater of LucasArts and Humongous Entertainment, one of the key people behind Scum, and he was explaining that when they were porting the games to 3DO, what they had to do was basically deliver the games natively in 16-bit because the hardware, while it was strong for the time, it's still not exactly strong enough to do a on-the-fly conversion from 8-bit to 16-bit. Um, Unfortunately, we're still kind of doing that in my version. We're converting things on the fly. There's some diffing going on that makes the performance a bit better with like static images, but as soon as there's like movement, um, like scrolling or in general like larger um, larger like matrices of pixels changing, um, there's unfortunately gonna be a bit of sluggishness. So, but yeah, this is gonna be fixed. This is still my work in progress engine. It's my brand new from scratch Scum VM. No relation to the actual Scum VM. Um, but yeah, it's a Scum version 6 VM virtual machine. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna show it off now. Uh, it's gonna take a bit. You just have to imagine the sound of the CD drive streaming in the files. And yeah, as I said, it's a bit sluggish. There's no audio backend yet. This is just something I've been doing for the past 2 days. There's also a Sega Saturn version I'm working on. Unfortunately, that one keeps crashing before there's any animation. I can't render to the like it renders the background, but then it crashes. But yeah, this one so far. See, now it's a bit faster when there's like just a static background, because now we just have to re-render the fish. But as soon as there's like larger objects or changes to the background, like scrolling, but it's all technical stuff. That's something that I can resolve. It's also gonna crash here at some point, but that's all stuff I'm still debugging. I'm still proud of what I achieved in 2 days. I mean, 2 days basically coming up with a uh, new virtual bytecode virtual machine, porting it over in 2 days um, to a 3DO. I think that's quite good. Yeah, and then it crashes. But that's basically gonna be my bread and butter for the future. Having like a stable well-performing engine. I'm targeting 20-30 FPS on the 3DO, and I think that's very much achievable. Yeah, we're gonna say goodbye to this area here, Melee Island. I think in the original
the street is closed off.
In the original, it was actually
The street is closed off.
first assumed that you could go there. I think originally they had like some deleted scenes and you could go there in the street. But yeah. I want to mute my microphone again so you don't have the hall effect, the echo. Maybe I just make the audio a bit like... My microphone is like... It dropped a couple times. It's very heavy for a €5 microphone. My mom bought me that, so it's... I dropped it many times, but it's still valuable to me. More than the $5 it cost. We do have the items, yes.
Oh. Hey, Guybrush, it's voodoo time! That's pretty good, Guybrush, but not good enough to stop me.
Okay.
Hey, oh, it's you. What, that again? Ooh, look at me quaking in me booties. I laugh at you and your puny voodoo tinkerings. Nah, stab the doll again.
Take that, LeChuck!
I'm much too powerful for you and your puny doll. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Take that, LeChuck!
I'm much too powerful for you and your puny doll. I'm gonna kick your butt. What do you think?
You know, this doll reminds me of the stretchy muscle man I had as a kid.
Ah, is that the best you can do? Come on, you think you're so big.
Yeah, Brad
What are you
Taylor
gonna
actually
do
called
now?
these games a work of art,
What are
and
you gonna do now?
I have to agree.
I can take it. It doesn't hurt.
Just the animation
I'm
and
gonna
everything
kick
is
your
just so
butt.
perfect.
What do you think about that? You think you're so big.
I wonder what would happen if I tore the leg off this thing.
Guybrush,
What?
come over here.
No way. I'm not that stupid.
But I want you to take my mask off. See the true face of your brother.
Leg or no leg, I trust you about as far as I can throw Manhattan.
I tell you, I'm dying here. Take the mask off.
No chance. It just ripped my lungs out when I get close.
No, I promise. Please, come take off the mask.
Forget it. I'm not coming over there.
You've got to see my true face.
I love how everything is like a Star Wars cameo. I wish we still had these times when they were making games like this.
Oh, all right. I'm coming over.
Gently now. Remove my mask.
My God, you're my creepy brother Chucky.
What? Did you think I was kidding before?
And yeah, obviously I'm still an amateur compared to the geniuses at LucasArts and Lucasfilm Games and Humongous, but and Telltale. But I'm still kind of hoping I can fill the void one day. And well, soon I'm helping a larger team create this vision of a Leisure Suit Larry clone, so we'll see how that goes. And this will use my engine. And I'm also gonna finish Oceanfrill this year finally. Oceanfrill Murder Mystery, the game I've been wanting to finish for so long now. And then there was all this drama with my mom and unemployment and all these other things. But now I'm gonna be financially stable, I believe. I still need to work, obviously. I need to make money soon enough, but yeah, right now I'm financially stable. I can work on things. I don't have like pressure from other people, so it's really nice.
How come you hate me as much as you obviously do?
Well, you remember the time you broke my Junior Ultra Soldier Commando assault vehicle?
Do you really think a truck is more important than your own brother?
It wasn't a truck. It was a Junior Ultra Soldier Commando assault vehicle. Look, Guybrush, could you help me out? Stick the leg back on the doll, okay?
Will you promise to stop locking me in your footlocker?
All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids! You're not supposed to be in here.
Ah, so there you are.
What is this place?
Well, it's not the Screamin' Weenie Hut where we told you to meet us. Your mother and I were very concerned.
Thank you for hunting down your brother like we asked, Chuck dear.
You boys didn't get in any trouble now, did you?
That part still doesn't make sense to me because in Return to Monkey Island, if this is the same scene, then in Return to Monkey Island, they didn't even pretend to be their parents, so it's weird. I don't know if there's... It feels like there's still stuff that is untold and unresolved, but yeah, that's just what it is, I guess.
No, sir.
Good.
I wish you wouldn't run off like that, young man. We were worried sick. You don't know what kinds of murderers and ne'er-do-wells might be hanging around a place like this.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, a mighty pirate. I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Of course, dear. But please be careful.
Well, come on then. Let's go ride the madly rotating Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes that game. Probably not gonna be the last time I'm finishing it. I do want to port it to Sega CD, to be honest. I really would love to port it to Sega CD. That's on my bucket list, converting this game to Sega CD. And I mean, I don't know why there's no ROM hack for it. Like, I can't imagine it being that much work, because I mean, the engine is essentially the same. And the version on the Sega CD of the original Secret of Monkey Island is already version 5 of the Scum engine, same as this one. Obviously it needs different assets, but I really wonder if one could even reuse the engine. Obviously I'm not going to do that, I'm going to use my own engine for that, my own Scum version 5 VM in that case. But yeah, that's on my bucket list. I kind of want to support both version 5 and 6 now. I do believe I was wrong that like the PlayStation can't handle version 6. Obviously it's an issue if you're using ScummVM or the ScummST code that I originally used, that I ported. I'm still glad I ported it. It's still nice to have, and it might even enable different engines outside of just Scum. But having my own thing written in C89 in ancient C is just like it's actually kind of liberating. Sure, it's not as nice to look at as C++, but it's a hell of a lot easier to deal with when it comes to the actual tool suites on these platforms. And right now I'm also in the process of porting this particular engine to Amiga and maybe finally getting some output. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm doing like just a version that will open up like a black background on the Amiga, and then like output some text that the room is being loaded.
I wonder
in the
what's keeping
opcode.
Guybrush. Oh, I hope LeChuck hasn't cast some horrible spell over him or anything.
yeah, I just wanna have the engine actually load for once. Like my previous, I've made 2 attempts now to port ScummST to Amiga, and it was not that easy. Probably would have taken a lot more time, or well, my target is a lot lower than the ScummST is made for like a 2 megabyte to 4 megabyte Atari ST, and of course that's like unified memory. Like they only have like this one memory pool, and then on Amiga you have like chip memory, you have fast RAM, or WinUE calls it slow RAM actually, which is probably more accurate. But yeah, it's the memory is a lot different. So oh, Laserschwert was actually involved in that. I didn't know that in the Talkie Edition project. But yeah, I think I will use my own engine for all of these 32-bit platforms. And the one thing I've learned really, is, and that has really made me appreciate the N64. The N64, out of the 5th gen consoles, the N64 is the only console actually powerful enough to do these 8 to 16 bit conversions, or color conversions in general, on the fly. Like that's the only, out of all these consoles, out of the 3DO and the Sega Saturn and the PS1, I think that's maybe the Saturn. I could, when I get good enough with Saturn development, maybe that one could do it as well. But really, the N64 has just delivered like peak performance. It could still be faster. I could really make a faster port for N64 as well if I just took my little engine that I now wrote for the 3DO and I ported it to the N64. It would probably be a hell lot faster than the ScummVM there. But yeah, just food for thought. Obviously on the N64 you can do a lot more in terms of, you can support way more than just Scum. I wish I could go bowling with my mom. It's actually one thing we like to do as well. We didn't do it very often, but we did it a couple times. There's so much time that went into like imagine sitting down and having to come up with all these text blocks. Like this is not randomized in like the sense, I don't think this is like randomized in the sense that somebody just took a bunch of words. This is really somebody sitting down and actually writing these words. But yeah, in terms of just artistic style and also the audio quality, Monkey Island 2 is probably my favorite out of the whole series. I was a bit disappointed that Return to Monkey Island had a different graphic style. Although I get it. I mean, I kind of get Ron. Like, he wouldn't have wanted to make a game to look like a game from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Because, I mean, the Scum engine and the Monkey Island games are always about pushing the envelope and just having, like, what makes sense for that generation of people. They weren't really logged into this one particular style. In my case, I kind of want to do that style, of course. But I do have options as well of making more modern games with my Storybun engine. And it's kind of fascinating. There's like a lot of crossover. Like the palette thing that I'm currently using on the diffing. So basically I'm not even doing normally the Scum engine, what Scum and ScummVM do. Normally they have what's it called, a dirty rect, like they have a dirty rectangle, and then like everything in that area is just like redrawn. my algorithm that I'm currently using in the 3DO version actually divs all the pixels on the entire screen every frame, which again is not gonna work well, but it's easier to handle in terms of programming. There's like less chance of some weird like junk on the screen, or like flickering pixels, which were actually a problem. Like I could show that off actually here when I decide to shut down the things. Okay, we've been through here. Okay, I can actually show that off. Just give me a sec. It's gonna be longer than I thought I would make the video, but I just really want to show it off. This was my mom's favorite game as well. This is already in 3DO, alright. If it wasn't, I would probably port this one.
Good night, Kayla.
Good night, Dad. Tomorrow's my birthday.
There's a lot of work to do before Kayla wakes up. I want to make her a big, beautiful birthday cake. Oh, will she ever be surprised?
I better get busy too. I've got a lot of decorating to do. I'm even going to make Kayla a happy birthday sign for her bulletin board.
Oh, Gretchen, that sounds wonderful. I need to go to the kitchen and make...
Fatty Bear,
Oh.
Okay. These animations were lovely. No wonder my mom loved this game. Yeah, you can kind of see there's like a flickering, and also here in this particular version, you can kind of see when you, yeah, you can kind of see in the animation like the cursor is sometimes kind of lost because it's redrawing the entire dirty rect, so it needs to be very precise, which it currently is not in this in the DOS version of ScummVM. But that's kind of like an issue with the whole dirty rect concept. But it works nicely, obviously, on hardware that's less powerful. But here's my thinking, because I'm also using that dirty rect concept still in Storybun on modern hardware, when I really probably have enough power on most devices that I could easily do just the diffing and diff every single pixel. I mean, I'm gonna show off a lot tonight, I guess. let me see if I can find the other one. Whoops. Yeah, let me show this one off. Actually, this might be the wrong one. I still want to show this one off as well, though. So this is my own game running in that engine. And fascinatingly, I've actually chosen like a... This was just something I did last night. But it's a... Somehow it's sharper. Like the scaling is sharper. I don't know if I like this more or less, but you can see normally the character is not that sharp. If you've played like the N64 or the Dreamcast version of my game, or played it in the browser, you kind of know that this character is normally pixelated in the background. But I've kind of chosen like a bit sharper scaling algorithm here, which I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I wish I had a comparison right now. But anyhow, let me quit that. And then I can show off. I mean, I've already shown it off right now, because this was also using. But let me show it off with... I think this is... Nope. Oh, we forgot the key. 5. There we go. See, this is... on modern hardware, this is fast enough with the pixel diffing. So really, I wonder if I could just... This is different actually from the original, the way the bird... I think the bird is supposed to open his mouth sooner. Its mouth sooner. Its beak. But yeah, this is will also crash. Yeah. So this is because of opcodes. There's like a missing opcode here. So the script can't really run because there's something missing. Yeah, there's something, and I see there's something misaligned as well, but yeah, I think mostly it's because there's an opcode missing, because they would start talking now and that opcode isn't in there yet, so the game is kind of freezing in that frame. But yeah, I think that's enough of what I could show off tonight. But yeah, I consider actually switching Storybun to this more almost React-like. I mean, this is basically just like, if you know React, like the little HTML, JavaScript, TypeScript library, it's basically like this. The diffing process is basically like this. It's comparing the changed pixels between frames, and then it will only redraw what is necessary, and it will redraw every pixel no matter where. It won't do it like in dirty rectangulars like it did in the original engine. It might pay off actually. It might be simpler for the new engine, because the 3D stuff and everything, it's very complicated. The vector graphics, everything has to be back to the frame buffer, and it's a bit harder to do with just this old concept of dirty rectangles. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna see you later. Hope you enjoyed that little video.